If you'll all join me with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, and if we can adopt this agenda, that'd be fantastic.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda for December 16th, 2025 as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right, first item of business is the recognitions and proclamations. Anybody have anything that they want to start off with? Ron?
I'll go ahead. Yeah, I just wanted to say congratulations to the Festival of Foothills boys basketball team. I went to their championship game. They made it to the championship, so they had a good season. It just didn't play real well in the championship game and got beat. But
they made it.
Hey, they got there, so it was a good time. And the other one, I got to go talk to the JAG class last month, and it just, that group of kids in there, and the way she has it organized, that and the things that they do, they write up a introduction for whoever their guest speakers are, and so one of the kids does the introduction. She has one that does a presentation afterwards that she sent me a copy of, but it's a summary of the guest speaker and what they talked about and all this kind of stuff. And so there's like a PowerPoint presentation that one of the students puts together and presents to the rest of the class and stuff. So it was just kind of a whole program. I'm just really impressed with that whole group of kids there. So
that is a great program.
And that Saturday after I was there, one of them was trying to get into the Naval Academy, and he had his interview with Senator Kelly that Saturday. So so yeah, they're good group of kids there.
Good. Sandy?
Well, I wanted to say congratulations to the high school girls basketball team for starting off the season so well. And I really hope to get up there and see a game now that I can see. And the other thing is I would, of course, went to the holiday concert, the band and choir concert, and they did a great job as usual. And as usual, there's nobody there. And I just am always disappointed that we can't get the community to come out and support these kids. The concert's free. It's 1 hour. And I just wish we had more support for the kids because they work so hard and they do such a great job. So, anyway.
I agree. Susan?
Yeah, I wanted to also talk about the basketball team. I got to see the JV girls and the varsity girls play last week, and it was so good. And they won both games. I think maybe that was week before last. I don't remember. All my days are jumbled. Also, the play, Clue, if you didn't see it, it was amazing. So good. And the choir and band concert was also really good at the high school. So yeah, I've gotten to be involved in a lot of that. And thank the teachers, because I know this is the last week of classes and there's finals going on right now at the high school. So we're dealing with a lot of stress at our house about that at the moment. But yeah, it's been a good semester.
Good. Karen?
A couple things. I was able to attend our wrestling invitational, and so I really wanted to give kudos to the people organizing it. I've been in wrestling my entire life, and it just was a well organized. Plus, our wrestlers were doing well, and that was great. But just to have all those different schools there and the activity, and it just was like clockwork. And I've seen bad ones, so that was great to see. The concert at Festival, I went to both of them, the pre-K and the kinders, which was awesome. And then the other one, and in both of them, it was standing room only. So the parents are coming out, grandparents, and you pretty much know who everybody is, because as the kids are coming out, it's, "Hi, Grandma!" You know, I mean, I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, they're yelling at everybody they know in the audience. So that is really, really impressive. I want to give kudos to Amanda Bubb for what she did. It was not only a great, well-organized concert, but there was so much instrumentals, including their hands, because they had a whole song in sign language. And then we had the bombas, I think they're called, out of the drums, and then you had the ukuleles, and I mean, just tons of instruments to pique the interest of these kiddos. And it was basically holiday, the theme was holidays around the world. And so I thought that was what a great learning piece to add to just what could have just been a holiday concert. So that was great. I was not able to attend the Wax Museum, but I think you did, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
So I wish I could have, but I missed that one. So
I was,
that was
I was
all.
saving that for the
Oh,
presentation, but anyway, yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you. It was beautiful.
Good. And I just wanted to acknowledge everybody that works for our district, inside, outside, and grounds, everything, for making this first part of the school year go so fast. And there's been no trouble. Everything's been nice and smooth. I mean, for me anyway.
For you.
But no, but I really do. Seriously, I want to acknowledge everybody that makes this happen every day. Every office. Heather, you're included in all of that, because if it wasn't for you, a lot of these people wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have all these contracts to sign. But anyway, no, I do. I want to thank everybody, and hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season. I know it's not here yet, but I won't see it before that. So, but anyway, I'm going to defer to Dr. Ramandini. She usually has a couple of things.
I have a few things I do. I was a little bit proud of myself because I only missed one of the holiday concerts this year. I didn't make it out for the preschool one at Festival. I'm sorry, Holly, but I did go to all the rest of them. And we gave some big shout out to Amanda and the concert at Festival. And it was scary when I drove up at 5:30 and the line was already around the corner to get in. And then the high school choir band was amazing. But Hacienda warms my heart every time. Camille brings everybody in, and it's everybody at Hacienda is organizing kids to get them in the rows. And then of course the Coyote Chorus performed multiple times because they do it by grade level, and they're just so sweet. And to see little kids singing their heart out. And my favorite, I'll have to tell you, was what's her name? Anyway, wonderful children. It was so much fun. So I was very happy I made it to them all, because sometimes I miss a few of them. But I do want to thank Amanda Bubb, Camille Boyle, and Vicki Sweeney, because they put their heart and souls in those concerts, and they really all were very good. So thank you to that. I want to recognize Mr. DeVicus is here tonight, but he and his team put together Safety Day. I'm like Susan, I don't remember what day it was, but it's been since Thanksgiving, I know that. And it was great, and it's fun to go to those things and the kids to see all the equipment, and they got to go in everything they wanted to. But all of our first responders, I always say it, we are so lucky to live in Wickenburg. I mean, everybody there knew the kids and were very friendly. And I got to sit in the SWAT car because I kept saying I wanted, that big thing, and they had the Ram thing out. And then Hadley got out his, Lieutenant Hadley got out his drone and was messing around, and the kids got the helicopter landed, which was really fun, and it was really good. So thank you, Jason, for organizing that. And then just thanks to the entire team. Again, first responders and our team. We had an incident last Friday that probably could have disrupted a few things, but because we're who we are, it was handled very easily and clearly. And it was Casey did a lot on Friday when probably didn't really have to, but we just come together as a community and deal with those things, so I appreciate it. And then lastly, the kids that were in the light parade, our light parade is so cute, and our kids did a great job. Our ag team was in there And then some of our kids were in a few other things. I was trying to point them out, but it's been a fun time. It's just a lot going on. So, but it's good. I think that's it. Probably not, but it's enough.
For now.
All right, well, thank you for all of that, and I'd like to move into our principal reports. And the first one on the schedule is Festival Foothills, and Mrs. Holly Bonessi, our principal. Come on up. Uh-oh, we have handouts.
Thank you.
Sorry, it's an update.
Handouts are good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm great. You?
Good? Fantastic. Yeah, life's good. So anyway, let's see. We'll start, because Ron already said he has stuff, so let's start with Ron.
Okay, well, no, what I was going to say, when she mentioned the wax museum, the fourth grade class had advertised this, they were having a wax museum, and I was thinking, I wonder how this is going to go. What are they going to do for this wax museum? Well, and what they had was they had tables in the library that were in a U shape, and they had, each student had a character from history that they had selected to study. And so they were standing there in costume dressed as this character, and behind them was this poster board with facts and stuff, and they're standing there like this. And you went up and touched their thumb, and then they started talking.
Oh,
It was so cute, but they were really good too. I mean, they'd studied this through this period of time. I forget how long she said that they took to do that, but anyway, it was just a great educational program for those children. But for people to attend, and there was a lot of people that were there, going through, and because I had to stand in line to punch thumbs there.
What was the age?
It was
Fourth grade.
fourth grade.
Fourth grade?
Mm-hmm.
You got them to stand like that for that long?
Mm-hmm. And they were in there. It started we opened the doors at 10:15, and they were probably in there till about an hour, just over an hour. And so different classes came through. So the littles came through, and even some of our middle school came through, and they were all pushing the fingers. And a lot of the kids had their little speeches memorized. But they worked so hard. One of my favorite things about it was during the several weeks that they were working on the different aspects of it, just walking into the class just to kind of do a walkthrough, pop in, and if they were working on it, the kids would run up. They're like, "Can I practice my speech? They were so excited. They were so invested. There was a lot of student choice because they got to pick a character from history that resonated with them, and so they did all sorts of informative research and writing and then the public speaking. And between the classes that went through and the community, those kids probably had about 200 people visit them that day. It was really
and they
cool.
did. Most of them had their speech, down cold. It was just, they rattled off. There's a couple of them had to check notes, but yeah, and there was one who was a football player for the Dallas Cowboys, was his thing, and I think there was a baseball player in there, and I can't remember who it was. Yeah, but they went back to, I don't know how far back they went.
We had Einstein. We had
Einstein.
Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp in there, yeah.
and did the kids put their own costumes together?
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
I'm sure their parents helped
them
them.
and Amazon.
But they were also encouraged not to go out and buy stuff. That they didn't, just use what they could find, parents, brothers, sisters, clothes, and they did so good.
I was looking at the little boy that was dressed as, I'm not quite sure who he was, but he had quite an authentic little costume on there.
That's I want to say that was George Washington.
I wondered if
I think
was
there was, and I asked you because he, the jacket, the blue jacket with the gold buttons, So I asked him where he got his costume, and he said, "Dad got it on Amazon."
Yeah, because I thought, wow, where did they get these costumes from?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But yeah, we had like
so
Amelia
authentic looking.
Earhart. We had Kamala Harris.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they had all kinds in there, but yeah. Yeah, that's Wyatt Earp, George Washington. I'm not sure who the other one is. Might be Obama, and that's Perkins from Dallas Cowboys.
Mm.
They were fun. They were fun.
And who, on the right-hand side, I'm not quite sure who that boy and girl are supposed to be.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't recall.
The girl on the far right in the photo is Frida Kahlo.
Mm-hmm. And then if you're going from right to left, then the second one is Kamala Harris, and then Amelia Earhart.
Oh, Amelia, okay.
And I can't remember who
Yeah.
she was.
Huh.
Yeah, but it was cute. But I talked to the teacher, and what's her name?
Miss Bullard.
Willard, yeah. And she was telling all of the the projects, or not projects, but I guess lessons type things that they got out of this. Research, writing, speaking. Just I mean, they pretty much, other than math, I think they pretty much hit all the subjects that
Huh.
that they had in this whole project. So yeah, it was cool.
I thought it was very cute.
Anything else, Ron?
No, it's good.
Okay, Susan?
No.
Sandy?
Well, you identified it too, your 8th graders.
Mhm.
Very, very, very bad.
So we've also been talking to them about their Galileo testing, because they didn't do great on benchmark 1, and then they did not so well on benchmark 2, and we're trying to figure out how to combat really an unmotivated approach. Like, the kids don't see value, and so we're trying to work with teachers to help them show the students the value in doing well in it. But yeah, because it's reflective of our data from the spring tests at the 8th grade level.
What were they like in 7th grade?
I just have to go back and look at the data, but the math scores have been low, especially, and that's where we're seeing the biggest deficit right now with the scores, because like in our science Galileo, all 3 middle school grade levels showed increase.
Mm-hmm.
So math is a concern right now.
Yeah, when I saw that, I go, whoa.
Yeah.
This is not good.
No.
And, I know I'm old school, but I think that's also part of us. Let's move these kids along. Let's move these kids along. Let's move these kids along. They don't know they didn't learn this over here, and we're asking them to learn this over here, which they needed that to learn this.
And
so
especially
they're
with math.
constantly behind.
Yeah, because math is so foundational.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand that concept. I just think the kids, if they're not getting it, let's get them to get this so we can move on to this.
Yeah.
Not
And a lot of times when
let's just move them along.
And when the kids don't feel that success and they're struggling at a foundational level, when you ask them to do the more complex things, they just put their hands up and they just begin to click buttons through the test.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a good piece of data for us to see from benchmark 1, especially for me to see the benchmark 1 to the benchmark 2, and being able now to have conversations with students and the teacher. And we're already working with math, the teacher in the middle school math, to really look at that tier 1 instruction and what are we doing to really address the needs. It's like, yes, we need to teach our standards and we need to move through the curriculum, but we're not going to see success if we're not also cyclically teaching back to get the fundamental skills.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you recognize that, because
yeah.
this is awful, just awful. And I can remember when my kids were in school, I had a daughter who didn't get fractions. And she came home, and her and I worked on fractions, and all of a sudden, boing, the light bulb went on, and she was fine. But if I'd left her just hanging out there, I mean, she never would have moved on.
Fractions, decimals, percents, and then just the basic 4 operations.
Yeah,
It's the foundation for everything that these kids need to be successful.
yeah. They need that light bulb to go on down here at the basics before we move them on to things that
Yeah.
they need the basics for.
But it's like you as a parent sit down with them and talk to them. You know,
Right.
That's not the prevalence of people anymore.
Well, and that's true.
Some
But-
still do. You know, it's not.
Right.
There's some that still work.
Well, and unfortunately, with all this new math and all, you know, to me, math is math. You know, I don't know how many different ways you can look at it. There's probably a lot of parents that can't sit down with their kids and help them, which is another problem. Okay, that's my 2 cents. But I really enjoyed your wax museum and,
Thank you.
and the boys getting into the playoffs, and so yeah.
I mean, I do want to give a huge shout out to my staff, like, you know, all of my teachers, all of my staff. They have the biggest hearts, and they care so much about the kids and really trying to improve the experience that they're getting. And we're trying to create, you know, opportunities to bring like the community and bring them in. Like, you know, you said it was standing room only for our choir concert, our music concert, but we want to see standing room only at all of our events.
Right.
You know, not just, you know.
Well, I think you're fortunate, you know, that you do have the backing of the communities down there. You know, Wickenburg, I don't know, we used to have a lot of backing, but for somehow or other, it's all kind of got, you know, this kid's going here, this kid's going there. It's not the community school anymore.
Yeah.
And
We still have that
it-
little experience down
yes,
there.
and it makes a difference. It does make a difference. So,
Thank you.
Karen?
Me
I'm awfully
too.
so
I have a
pumped.
couple of things for you.
Are you done?
First of all, thanks for that update.
Yeah, I don't.
Something just didn't look right.
So the second chart for the IXL did get updated,
Yes.
but the top one, for whatever reason, it didn't
Didn't.
get updated. So that is the
makes more
updated.
sense.
Okay, yeah, because you're like, how did those numbers change and the other ones didn't?
Yeah. Thank you. I
Yes, you're
appreciate that.
welcome.
That helps a lot. I had a couple of things, mostly as a board member, it's always going to be, you know, all the fun stuff, but also the progress and the growth, and then of course enrollment is always something I want to look at. So on your first page there, you say that we have 240 students, but if you add your enrollment,
Yeah,
it's
my
250.
math wasn't mathing.
So is it 250?
It's 250.
250.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the next number that says 238 should be 248.
Okay, and that's
Sorry.
fine. I just
Yeah.
wanted to be sure. that it was-
Absolutely.
I want to be
You
sure.
should go back.
Your
No,
math or my
No,
math?
it was totally my math.
we're putting you back in the math.
I know.
And with Sandy, yes, and with you and with your whole middle school staff, the 8th grade. But I also want to be ever mindful that you're reporting Galileo, and probably Acadians too, but in percentages, not in numbers. So our 8th graders, let's just say we have the 2 8th graders in ELA. Well, we have 2 8th graders in ELA. That is 10% of our 8th grade class. So 18 are below proficient. And so, but the number kind of puts, when you say, sometimes as you get higher in the percentages, we're really, with our small numbers, we need to sometimes look at the number. And so one of my questions is, what do we do, or what is a plan for those kids that are progressing and showing growth? Those 2 need to be celebrated, and maybe in front of their peers. I don't know, but just
We are gonna, the second week in January, I think that's when we have it scheduled. It's either the second or third week of January. We're gonna have our honors assembly,
Okay.
at which one of the segments is going to be recognition of growth. So we're gonna recognize them, and we're gonna do it just like we do our PBI assemblies. So the whole school will be there. It'll be open to the community. We're just
And I love that, because what we're seeing is progress,
Yeah.
or proficiency.
yes,
And one of the other principals said, you know, growth, and it might have been you too, growth is probably even more important than the proficiency, but the data we're receiving is not necessarily the growth.
It's also going to be at the honors assembly that we're going to recognize the kids that are going to qualify for induction into the National Junior Honor Society and Elementary Honor Society, because we're rolling that out.
Yay.
So we're super excited to be able
Awesome.
to recognize the kids who qualify for that, just in their holistic
Oh,
academics.
very, very good.
So,
I saw your wall when I was there at the concert, the
flight to fluency.
My husband and I were together for I guess we saw it on spaghetti night. And so we stood there and read it to see what it was saying, and that was pretty cool. So you made mention of your flights to fluency, so I was real excited.
And when you look at growth for that, because we're in week 7, it's our final week of it. It's our school-wide math kind of initiative where they're doing math challenges once a week and drills twice a week, and the classes are earning points. But huge shout out to our kindergarten, because they are growing so quickly. Because they were going, like, the first couple that they did, they weren't even getting like the 1+2s and the one, but now I have their kids, when I'm looking at their papers, they're getting 100%. They're getting
We
them.
kind of looked at the flight to fluency of the kindergarten and then the 8th grade.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was there. And the last thing I just wanted to mention was you make note under your referrals and so forth, and this was also noted in October.
Okay.
So I just the need that our middle school teachers, our middle school level, needs more work on effectively teaching on the block schedule to keep the kids engaged and focused. So we're talking our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. You came into the block schedule, correct? Yeah. So I just kind of wanted maybe a quick overview.
And like an
what
update?
Are we doing to help?
Yeah. So so the October PD day we did. I worked with our instructional coach, Joyce Henneman, and so it allowed me to be able to take the middle school team and work for a good chunk of the day with them, and we worked on chunking, pacing, effective strategies of teaching in the block. They did some planning. They would look at some lessons. We reflected on the things that they're currently doing in the classrooms. What we're doing now is we have team meetings with them where we're talking about how are we addressing this? How are we chunking our time? We still have a long way to go, but we're starting conversations that I don't know how often have been had, and making them kind of like reflect on what are our strategies in the classroom. They're middle school, they're still kids. They still want to be engaged and they still want hands-on. And we know that hands-on, I always use the phrase getting their hands dirty with the content is the best way for them to be able to apply knowledge and be able to transfer the skills and the content to something else, which helps push information into more muscle memory, long-term memory. So we're working on slowly introducing focuses on different strategies. One of the things that we're trying to work on is the collaborative structures to get the kids talking about their learning and identifying where they're at in their learning, so that we can begin to get them to start identifying the pieces that are hooking them versus a lot of teacher talk. Like, it needs to be teacher facilitated, teacher guided, teacher supported, but we need the kids doing. And so those are where our conversations and our strategies
It's
are.
tough.
Yeah.
And maybe you know what I'm about to ask, but Dr. Remendini may know more. Did we go back to a block schedule there, or is this the first time we're having block at Festival? For middle
I
school?
think that, no, we had, it's hard to call it a block when there's only there's only 3 teachers, so there's not much else you can do with it. But last year, I don't remember, when our 6th graders were self-contained And then we had the 2 teachers at the middle school, because we only had 7th and 8th grade. So I don't know if they taught on the block, or I don't know if they taught a chunk, or if
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, you know, and
it's
we
hard-
have
it's more
really
like a-
no choice
No, you don't.
because we have to have the minutes, and so it's the minutes require about a 75-minute class period. I mean, I guess we could chunk it up to make them, but then we're losing time in transitions.
And behavior.
Yeah.
But it's a whole different thing of teaching on a block schedule than not. So kudos to what you're doing, PD, with the teachers, and hopefully the longer we do it,
Yeah.
the better it gets. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, they covered almost everything. I just have a couple of questions to dig
Yeah.
into on the 8th grade math course. And I can see in your report that you guys are very concerned and working on that. Question I have though is, because you've got 30 8th graders and VP has 49. And when I look at the averages, so you look at your chart and it shows where festivals 8th graders are, they slipped over to this column instead of both columns. And VP has the little chunk on the other side of it. So I'm just wondering if, and every student is going to learn differently, I understand this, but I'm just wondering if those PLCs that you guys have when they talk to you and you talk to them, or your teachers talk to each other, are they teaching differently, or I mean, are they teaching the same basic content and things?
Yes, but they're not on the same, like they're not teaching the same thing necessarily at the same time. I believe that my math teacher is slightly behind the Vulture Peak math teacher, which could be impacting it. And that's something that when we have our team meeting, we're going to be addressing the, you know, where are we collectively working together as a PLC? So it's, I think, a little bit more difficult for the PLC, especially the math PLC right now, to be working together because they are in different places. Teaching the same thing, yes, but at a different pace.
I didn't think it was supposed to be that way.
You know, it's not unusual for them to be like slightly off, like a day or two off, but it is a concern that it's more like 2 weeks versus 2 or 3 days. So that's an area that we're addressing.
Okay. And then in the report, especially when it comes to all the principals, things where they allude to like their goals. They want to get to be 6% higher than state average or something like this, whichever report I saw that in. It would be nice someplace in these reports if we can see what the state average might be.
Oh.
You know, I mean, I don't know if it can be incorporated in that chart or if we can just have a sentence with an asterisk and says, hey, the state average for this one is this, you know. Because if we're trying to beat it, I don't know what you're trying to beat, you know. Because there's nowhere in here that talks about the state averages.
Okay.
I don't know if that's easy to get. It's okay.
And like we know someone who might be able to.
That's
To get
someone
it
who's
for
going
us.
like this. We can get. So I'd like to see that.
Okay.
It would help me a little bit. Because I'm kind of like Sandy's daughter with the fractions. I'm not good with that. So I should
Well, apparently I'm not the best at mathing either. So.
Let's see. And then getting to the IXL, you guys had answered, well, your students had answered 112,900 questions. So that's averaging about 25,000 per month. And when I look at the blue bar on what IXL supplies to you, they're recommending about 30,000.
Okay, so we're a little below.
A little bit below. I mean, that's just informational. That's not.
Yeah, and we are trying to put a little bit more emphasis on non-technology at the tier 1 in the classroom level, because we know that interaction between teacher and student to student is really important. So that's why it's not necessarily as high, is because we're trying not to have kids on the computers as much.
Yeah,
I'm
but I
happy.
thought maybe practice-wise during like a behavioral session or.
So during our our
Something.
intervention time, like
Right.
that block of time, yes, and we are encouraging them to use it at home as well. But again, we can't.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, and a lot of times even during that intervention time, it might not be the whole group of students that are working on IXL because a lot of our teachers are using like stations during that time so that they can rotate, so they have the ability to work with small groups.
Mhm.
So like one station might be the IXL station, so they don't have but maybe like 20 minutes to go through some IXL stuff.
Okay. Good. And then the last thing that you mentioned in your report that I didn't see any other reports was code.org.
Oh, for our technology class.
So is that something that's gonna be available, Miss Executive Director of Educational Services? Is that gonna be a district-wide thing? Is that just a campus thing at this time?
So we have different coding platforms at our schools. Like, for example, Hacienda uses, I don't know, Skylar, thank you. I was gonna say Python, but that wasn't right. And then the high school has Python. Code.org is probably a free platform, would be my guess. And so, if you haven't met Mr. Hart, he is our technology teacher at Festival. So he is as much free, I guess I can say, that he can give you experience on different technology platforms.
Okay. Good, all right. I mean, I knew the campuses had different things that they were already working with, because I remember hearing Skylar someplace, somewhere. But I didn't know if this was gonna be like a thing, because this got, our Director of Technology Services is getting very busy with this to get it all rolled out for you guys. So anyway, I appreciate that, and everything else I had was covered already by my
Can I ask
colleagues.
a question?
Sure.
Simple question. The Honor Society, what grades does that cover?
So the National Elementary Honor Society covers grades 4 and 5, and the National Junior Honor Society is grades 6, 7, and 8.
Thank you. I had something else I forgot, but I forgot it again. So.
Well, when I speak about what I forgot already, maybe you'll think of yours. So my thing is, I always look at the enrollments too, you know, because it's kind of a Arizona thing. So I see we gained 1 from last board meeting, so we have 217 on this board report anyway for your campus. One thing I'd like to see, and this goes for Vulture Peak as well, and I brought it up last year where you guys weren't involved in this, but when you do your enrollments for the board reports, if you could just simply look at what you had last time and just put this is +5 or +2 or -2 or whatever you have.
Oh, okay.
Because our Hacienda board report has that on there, and it's real helpful because I go back and I can look at the board meetings just like anybody else, you know, look backwards. But it'd be nice if it's just on there because Chris makes it easy for this old guy to just see it, because hers says +5, -2.
-2.
Yeah, so just, it's something easy that you
Yeah.
guys can do,
I can do that.
so.
I thought of what
See, I knew it was gonna work. I was hoping
Hurry
I'd
before
work
you
together.
forget.
You did it for him.
That's right.
I was curious, go back to your previous time here. Your one-on-one student interviews, I was just curious how those have gone for you.
They're good, you know, and it's helping me like form that connection with the kids and that relationship with the kids. But it's just insightful for me to see like what they think they need and how they learn and what their experience is. So I've really valued them.
Thank you. That was all. I just.
See, we're all caught up.
There we are. We're good.
Anybody else for anything?
The old guys forget things, you know.
That's right. All right, well, Holly, great report. I appreciate all the information and content and photos.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, next up, we've got Hacienda Elementary and Mrs. Carissa Hershkowitz, our principal from there.
Good evening, board members.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So, give me a second here. I didn't have you loaded in here for some reason. All right, let's start at the opposite end this time. Karen, would you like to start?
Before I get started on a couple things I have, I'm just curious with all of you, do your teachers get to see the report that do you put it out there for them to view what you have presented to the school board?
I do.
You do? Okay. That's cool. I think that's kind of a good communication tool, so they know what we see.
Yep.
Okay, I have just a couple of questions for you. On page 4 of your report, I love where you have written how much growth. You're giving us the percentages of who met the goals, and we look at that. I'm just going to be, I didn't really think this, but I'm going to say this.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
we
ahead.
didn't even do 50%. Oh, 20% growth. I mean, I bounce back and forth in my brain, right?
Right.
I was concerned, though, that 25% of second graders met the goal in addition subtraction. So I'm wondering, when is addition subtraction really like take off? Because I would think it would be, I mean, I saw kindergartners working on it. So what's going on that our second graders aren't getting there?
I honestly wish I knew. It is a building conversation. I met with all grade levels today, a very busy day, and just going through like what is it that we're missing? What else can we be doing? As if you look, even fourth grade isn't meeting the mark for addition subtraction.
But they had 20% growth.
Right.
Yeah. But
Right.
you're right.
But right, but again, so, this is a first grade skill. It's not carrying, borrowing. It's not beyond 20. It's within 20. It is essentially the first grade test given in second grade, and we are still
Addition, subtraction.
struggling.
Okay. Have we ever asked the kids?
I'm sure within the classroom.
I'm wondering
yeah.
why.
What is it? Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say why, but
I
don't
kinda do,
know.
but,
I wonder what they're thinking.
you know.
How hard it. Okay, it's a hard,
I
tough
don't
skill
know.
for them. I know that last month you spoke of Amira. Is that how you say it?
Amira.
Amira. But we don't get the data from that, nor do we necessarily need the data. I just wanted to see if you're using it as a resource. Is it making a difference? Is it helping, hurting? Are we wasting our money, time? What?
I think Amira is a fabulous
Okay.
program. I'm so happy that it was actually brought in from the state level, and then when the funding went away, my staff said, "Oh, we want it," and it is really really a great tool. The students read the story on the computer into the microphone. It tracks what they're reading, and it pauses when there's an error and then says, say this word. And if they continue to make the error, it does a zoom in on what your mouth should look like when you say this word.
I love it.
I have to share, so just anecdotally, we have a student who's a fifth grader who doesn't say a whole lot. She's very, very quiet, just probably on that edge of being a selective mute. She doesn't talk. We were in a staff meeting talking about, like, how is she doing? Because, it's a little frustrating. Like, you want to, she's about to go to middle school and we want her ready to go. And one of the teachers there pulled up her audio recording, and we were like, that's her voice? Like,
Wow.
I when she walks by me in the morning, and I've known her since kindergarten, I'm like, good morning, and I, like a fool, good morning, and she looks and just goes, and I'm like,
But she'll do Amira.
but she's doing Amira, and it's just, that she's in this very safe little space, and
So she's very shy.
reading at grade level. I said, no,
Wow.
she don't really, like, she duped the system or something, right? And they're like, nope, listen to her voice. I said, I didn't know that was her beautiful voice. I mean, we were almost in tears. It was amazing. So yes, Amira's doing some great things. And I think just like with any tool, some teachers love using it more than others, or, you know, some have it down to the science and scheduling and know exactly what they're getting from it. And some are just like, how do you get the time to do that? And so we still have a little bit of that going on, but more and more
It
use of it.
seems like a great resource
Yeah.
for your PLCs to be able to talk to each other about individual students, so that's
Right.
great.
Yeah.
Concerning your PBIS, you mentioned that 3 times a year you're having review of the expectations and what it means and what it looks like. I asked Dr. Ramandini this today. What happens to, I walk in new student tomorrow. How do I know
There's
what PBIS is?
team them with other students. Even when I'm walking in the building with a student for the first time, and like, hey, I'm going to take you to your classroom, and hey, at Hacienda we walk on the right hand side of the hallway, or we're going up the stairs and we go one step at a time and we don't run up our stairs, and little things like that as we go around and just experience it, and then we do it the whole thing at the
The
quarter
whole thing quarterly to everybody again.
for everybody.
Wow.
Like, yeah, don't tell me you didn't know.
Don't tell me you didn't know. Very good. And then I just lastly wanted to say kudos to your attendance. I know you're taking a deep breath because the minute we say that, January comes, but
Yep.
but kudos to
right.
your monthly attendance. You are right there where you want to be. We know what the goal is, and you're meeting that goal. And then the last kudos is the 1,000,000 words for your let's see, we're calling them
Accelerated readers.
so
For-
much to your SEI.
Oh,
kids
for
to have
yes.
1,000,000 words as a goal. I had to sit there and go, do I know 1,000,000 words? I mean, I'm
So
sure I do, but
So it's reading a book, and then each book is worth so many words.
oh wow.
And we have a wall above our library that shows individual students who have read 1,000,000 words,
my
and their
gosh.
name goes up there. But Miss Lands, in her perseverance that my kids are going to be readers, she said, well, they might not get the 1,000,000 individually, but as a group, we're going to read 1,000,000 words. And she has a wonderful graph and showing their progress, and she's getting students to participate who haven't in the past.
Does
So,
it count if they read at home?
yes.
Do you know? Oh,
They
Getting that
read anywhere.
parental involvement.
The accelerated reader is just they log into the computer
Yeah.
at school, but they can read anywhere.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
How do you,
Yeah.
I mean, I can
good
come to
incentive.
school and say, I read War and Peace this weekend.
But then you have to take a comprehension test.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, I guess maybe I can.
Yeah, yeah. And I can tell you, some of those tests, the hardest ones are like your little Dr. Seuss first grade, second grade level. Those are actually really hard.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, the reading's easy, but the comprehension's hard.
Wow.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you very
Thanks,
much.
Thanks.
Sandy, it's your turn.
What do you have for me,
Yes.
Sandy?
Hey, I'm being nicest today.
It is almost Christmas.
It is almost Christmas. I just enjoy looking at all the fun things that they do. It just makes me happy. I really don't have anything. I think it was great that all the kids, oh God, I can't say, that all the kids participated in the costume march, and you know, I'm assuming normally the older kids don't want to do it, or
No, they do it. They're the biggest clowns. So
Well,
they
that
like
we
it.
know.
They like it. But what's fun is the teachers all wearing the
They were all
condiment
ketchup
shirts.
or whatever they were.
Yeah.
Condiments. Yeah. You
Larry
and
said
the
I had to be
cleaning up,
barbecue
I
sauce.
think that gives pride in your school when you
Right.
clean it up and
Yeah.
tidy it, and you know, there shows some pride in your school. And you know, the symphony, the cultural, the children's cultural organization has done that for many
Yes.
years, and I just think it's great that, you know, they're still doing that, because there's so many kids that would not get exposed
Right.
to things like that. Yeah. So no, I'm happy.
Well,
And
good.
What do you like when you're happy?
I like when I'm happy, but I like as Karen said, I like showing when the percentages, if it went up or it went down, or, you know, I like that.
Good.
Okay.
Susan? I know I was cutting you off anyway.
I don't have anything. It's all good. I read through
Okay.
everything, so.
Okay.
Ron?
Really, no real specifics, I like the way the reports are organized now at the end with each teacher's section of what they're doing, and, you know, talks a little bit about that grade level. And I like that organization on the reports this year, looked better. So I saw the one picture there with the parachute thing, and before I read it, I thought they were dropping eggs or something with parachutes as part of their STEM program, but
Oh, yeah.
it was
They've
Jack
done that
getting
before,
down
I
the
think.
beanstalk or
Egg drop, I
something
think
with
Riley did it when she
their
was on
parachutes.
What was she doing? Yeah.
They're at the end.
I just think I enjoy seeing all the fun things they do, you know, because I'm such an academic. I really want them to do well in education, but I always think all these little fun things teach them many things.
A lot of things.
So I always
Yeah.
enjoy those.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what page this is, but yeah, page 15. The students on the stool, and she's ringing the bell. We have had bell ringing going on for the last 2 weeks. So I told teachers, well, I don't want everybody at once, so they're coming down 5 at a time, and you know, we don't necessarily say it's a personal goal, but you met your goal and get up there, and we do a shout, and it's when we get to scream in the hallway and clap for everybody, and looking at individual students and their personal goals and what that growth was, and moving to different levels and so forth. And that's been a lot of fun the last couple of weeks.
We all like to be recognized.
You what?
We all like to be recognized.
Absolutely.
And I think that's great.
Absolutely.
You're all
Yeah.
good?
It's all good.
Are you done now?
No, but go ahead.
All right. Again, everything was covered, except I did want to acknowledge your IXL. I really got into IXL this time. I don't know if you could tell, but you guys have 268,000 questions. You're averaging 59,000 per month, and you're only supposed to get 40,000. So you guys can take a break now.
Right.
But anyway, it was really good movement on the benchmarks, except for kindergarten's the only one that had a little difficulty, but all the other ones, especially grades 3 through 5th, for their math, excuse me, for their math, awesome, just awesome. And I was going to speak about the Accelerated reader thing too, that you guys, looks like you're right on track to get that million, so.
Yeah.
Hey Karen, on page, can you go to page 15 on Hasiempa's thing? You can see that wall that Carissa was talking about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you,
yeah.
do you keep those, are the names up there from
That is awesome.
all the years
From
past?
all the way to George Hershkowitz.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness, how funny.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
We're having some wall texture issues, so
Yeah.
we have to come up with something,
Yeah.
a new design to make it stick better, because it's been a little bit of a challenge to get the letters to stick, and we want it to look nice. So
Wow.
we're
I am just-
exploring how
that's
to make that
impressive.
nice.
That
you
is
know.
really cool.
Yeah.
Kids like to see their names in print.
And to have our sheltered readers
Yeah.
meet that is
Yeah.
just even
Right.
that another layer of
Right.
audace. Just
And just, again, everything was covered, great report. But this picture of this girl ringing the bell, I could just see me being in so much trouble if I was a kid there. Because I'd be going to the restroom. Can I go to the restroom? Reach over and grab the bell real quick.
Well, it's right outside my office, so.
You'd be in
But
the
you're
office.
never in
And
the
there's a
office.
camera right there.
There's a camera pointing.
And there's a camera right there. We're
Told you I'd have been
prepared,
in
we are
trouble.
prepared for you as a
Bring it, but
student,
you'd get
yes.
caught.
I would have been in
Yes.
trouble. I told you I'd be in trouble. But
The
anyway.
nuns would have caught you a long time ago.
Oh yeah, the nuns would have
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have slapped your hand.
I'd like to give a little shout out to our transportation department as well, because we've gone on several little field trips in the last couple of months where we got to go to the symphony and the wildlife zoo and the Pioneer Museum and I know I'm forgetting somewhere else. There's a couple other ones that are coming up, but it's just nice that, you know, we can, I know it's not easy, but to be able to say like, hey, we need a bus and, you know, this is the
Todd can
trip
make it
and
happen. He's the man.
make it happen. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And I really like that wildlife zoo picture in here. I think that was really special of Michelle getting those shirts, that donation for the shirts. That was special.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's what's they wear them throughout the school. You're like,
Yeah.
it's just not one and done. They wear them through the school year, and you're like,
Right.
okay, it was good. You needed a shirt too. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you
We're
very
good?
much.
All
for
right,
your
thank
report.
you. All
I
right.
went to the zoo in the second grade.
Did you?
When Riley was in second grade, I got to go with
Oh,
us when
yeah,
we went to
yeah.
the zoo.
Good tradition.
It was fun.
And last but certainly not least, we have Vulture Peak Middle School and Mr. Jason Davikas, our principal. Good evening.
Thank you. Due to time constraints, I'm not allowed to take any questions.
You heard how this goes now, so. All right, Karen, do you want to start again?
Yes, I do. I want to ask you, and I should have asked this earlier today, how many students in the 8th grade, we'll just go with 8th grade first, are going to the high school for math?
We have 2 8th graders that go for geometry,
Okay.
and we have 7 that go for algebra. So,
So
9.
we have 9.
Yes.
So when we look
That
at
was
your
the-
Galileo scores,
Yep.
are those 9 are not doing it, am I correct?
No, they do it.
They are
No.
included?
No, I take that back.
No.
I'm sorry. We have 2 7th graders that take 8th grade math, and so they
The 2 7th graders are included
yes,
But
but
our
as
9
8th
eighth
graders, as 8th graders,
as
they
8th
take
graders.
theirs,
But
yeah.
our 9 8th graders
No.
that take math at the high school are not included in this score.
They are not.
So when it says 5%, which is low, just like we saw at Festival, 5% of your 48. First of all, your 48 is really 39. I mean, I know it's 48 8th graders, but 9 of them are at the high school. So when they're taking the Galileo math, they're not being included. They're doing, I don't know what they're doing, except taking classes, but are
Yeah.
they,
They take out.
go ahead.
they take the high school.
They take the high
Benchmark,
school
yeah.
proficiency type stuff, whatever that is. Okay,
Yeah.
so when we see that with high school, those 9 are included there. Okay, I just wanted to be sure that that's a good thing to know right there. And then one of your bullets says there's a focus on helping teachers who are struggling the most with student behavior. I just wondered, what does that look like? What does that help look like?
So we started that last week. We have 5 staff members that are on our PBIS committee, and 2 of them are our stronger classroom management teachers, and they work with 4 teachers, the other 4 teachers on our staff. Matter of fact, it happened today. So Miss Mabin, who some of you may know, she went and worked with the new 7th and 8th grade science teacher. So last week, the science teacher went and saw Miss Mabin. Today, Miss Mabin got covered so she could go watch the teacher. Then they come and we sit and we give feedback, and it's nice to hear what the teacher feels like she could improve on or what she saw from another classroom that she wants to try. So we're just trying to get everybody on the same page, and if some teacher has a tool that works or whatever, just give all the teachers stuff in their toolbox that they can use for kids, because each class is different.
Because I did notice in your discipline reports, of course, a high number of discipline issues are in the classroom. Yeah. So
And to
those 2 are so correlated.
And to be honest with you, I would say 90% of our issues come from 3 or 4 teachers.
Okay.
So this is how we're trying to address it.
So we're focusing. I'm glad you've seen that and are looking to do that.
Yep.
Thank you very much. And thank you for stepping up and doing what you're doing this year.
Yes, thank
Happy
you.
to see you there as the principal.
Thank you.
So, the teachers that are struggling in the classroom with discipline, are they the newer teachers or the teachers that are here from other countries? Or, I mean, are they seasoned teachers?
I would say 3 out of the 4 are new.
I know.
Yeah, or newer or to here. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think kids seem to take advantage of that when there's a new teacher and act up and stuff. I know when my daughter first started teaching, yeah, I told her, let me in the classroom. She vetoed that.
Yeah.
But I do think they do have a tendency to just kind of test the new teachers to see, you know, so I'm glad to see that that's being recognized and that they're being helped, because number one, these kids are ruining it for the kids in class that want to learn, which annoys me to no end. And it's just disrespectful, you know, and children at this age should not be that disrespectful of adults, teachers, whatever.
I'm just very thankful that when we sat and we talked about ways to improve, that the staff was like on board. Yeah, that meant a lot to me.
Good. I'm glad, because I still would like to get in the classroom and strangle them all, but I'm not allowed. Oh, where was I? Can't see. Oh, well, yeah, I was, and you, are you commenting on it? I thought it was so cool how the helicopter and all the, I thought that was really, really cool. Because that would be fun as a kid to see a helicopter and to go into a SWAT car, and I think that was cool. I like that idea.
It was very nice to have all 4 of those agencies there. The Bearcat was the kid's favorite by far.
I think it was our superintendent's favorite too.
Yeah, and then when the kids found out the price of it, they were trying to figure out a way to turn it into an RV. You know, so it really was, and I have to do a special shout out to Officer Leahy, because he really did a lot of the legwork on that. So I'm very thankful for him.
Yeah, I saw that he was involved in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, you know, I always just love seeing what the kids are doing and them being excited about things, and that's always appreciative, and hopefully they'll improve the second half of the year.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Susan, anything for Jason?
No, I mean, I think it's a great report. Everything included is great information, and I don't have any real questions.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, really, I'm kind of like Susan. I really don't have any more questions other than how many decided they wanted to be firefighters out of this century.
Again, when they saw the helicopter, we're talking about pilots. We're not talking about firefighters right now. Yeah. When they saw it land, it was like, whoa, you know, it was like a 4-year-old at a 4th of July fireworks show. I mean, it was crazy. It really was.
But helicopters fight fires.
You know, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find some.
My grandson does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were literally hanging on the fence. Like, we were like, get the chain link fence, get off the fence. It's going to land. You need to be safe.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Super excited.
It was pretty.
It's great when you have programs like that, and it gets the kids excited, and then, you know, you can just carry it over, you know, into, you know, their studies a little bit too, you know, just to, you know, keep the excitement going. So
I did think of a question. Who's taking over on the students who care?
Julie will still be as a volunteer.
Yay.
Yeah.
Who's doing what?
Julie.
Oh, for the students who care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Great program.
All done, Ron?
I love those.
I'm done.
Okay. Jason, the only thing I had was your IXL report, how come we didn't get both graphs in there?
Both graphs?
I wanted to do how many questions you had, like I did for everybody
Oh,
else. I
okay.
was testing myself,
Apologies.
so,
I will tell you, without you needing it, that our math is far outpacing our ELL, by a lot. Yeah.
good, okay. And then the other thing I had on there was, just that simple request that I made to Holly as well. For the enrollment, if you can just put how many different from, like when you do your next report, are we above or below? What we
Yeah,
had?
It's in
I-
here.
It is?
I put in there just a sentence that says, like, since the beginning of the year, we're down 4 students.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's right there.
I should have read his.
Yeah.
You should have read it. Don't just look at the charts.
I got spoiled
Yeah.
because of Hacienda. They put it right in that little box.
I get it.
mean,
I get it. So
it's
now
in
all that means right
big,
there is that Carissa's got to
big
do 2
letters.
reports from now on instead of 1.
Yeah, hers is the template.
No.
Yeah.
She's,
No, no.
yeah,
But anyway.
she'll hold a PD day on, you know.
Yeah. Okay, now if you
It's
do
the
if you
report
do
of the-
anything else in this report, make sure you do this just for Joe, and he'll be
You can't
happy.
miss it. Well, you missed it.
And just to point of order for you, you talked about the kids testing the new teachers.
Mm-hmm.
I tested every single teacher I ever had.
I was an angel, not. But I was a great student,
I was
so
an-
they
I was
let
an
me get
angel when
away
I
with
got
a lot
out
of
of-
things.
My Catholic grade school, but anyway, anyway, Jason, great report. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, this was fun. All right, so now we've got our call to the public, and yes, now we're done.
Oh, I
with
thought we
call to
had
the
public come up. Oh, okay.
Consent agenda. Do we need anything pulled from the consent agenda before we take action?
I would like to have a discussion about something, but I'm not sure it needs to be pulled. Okay, pull. I would like to pull M then, the one that actually says consent agenda item. Only because I have a couple of questions. And then we could throw it back on.
Okay,
Which
And I-
item?
so we're pulling item F,
M?
I mean, item
No,
M.
The one that actually has the word consent agenda in front of it, but
Yes.
I only because I want to entertain an idea.
Okay, so we're pulling M.
And I'm sorry.
Anybody else need anything else pulled from there before we take action? Is that the only one, Karen? Okay, we're good?
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda items minus item M for December 16th, 2025 as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Karen?
I had 2 questions. It did say that it was revised as of today. I think that means revised from last year. Am I correct? I guess. But the real question I had is, it's the first session in September. We always have that study session that starts at 5, but we never get done with the school improvement plans by the regular 5:30 time. And I didn't know what, and so I'm just throwing it out. We continue to say 5 o'clock for the study session, but then we are not able to. So I just didn't know if that's just what we always do and we're not gonna ever do anything different, or if that's a concern.
So, yeah, you'll see that it says regular meeting to
Mhm.
follow. And typically we post that the regular meeting starts at 6, and
That day you do?
sometimes we make it by 6.
Okay, I didn't know it was,
Yeah.
that we said 6 o'clock for the regular
It-
session.
Yeah, in this
I see it there
agenda, and
now.
when we do this in January, we just say regular meeting to follow. I think one year we didn't start till 7,
Yeah.
and I think this year we didn't start till about 6:30, but it kind of depends on the school improvement plans and how many questions, and
Yeah.
I will say this, in a very complimentary way, our governing board focuses more on student achievement and reports and what's going on in our schools than anything else. So the time is well spent in
Yes,
going
it
on
is.
that. I don't know that I would recommend that we move that to start earlier,
That's okay.
but we might just start posting the regular board meeting to follow at 6:30 or 7. But we gotta post it. We have to post it. We have to err on the side of posting the regular meeting to start earlier rather than later because
understand.
people
Otherwise you have
show
to
up
sit
and
and
we,
wait.
right.
Okay.
Or the board could decide to have that school improvement plan special meeting on a different day than the regular board meeting.
I understand. I knew that we weren't getting done by 5:30, and I did miss the part that said 6 o'clock, so I apologize.
Well, it says to follow, and then we kind of make a decision, the years I've been here, when we've posted the meeting to start. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is that,
And I like
Mr.
that
Molly?
way.
Yeah.
Because at the top where it says meeting time is 5:30 unless otherwise, that particular one we know will not be 5:30. I mean, pretty much, because our principals are so good about being very clear and going through their school improvement plans, and I don't want them to ever feel rushed.
Right. So, I mean, I think 6 o'clock typically really would work. We don't do 5:30 anymore. We learned our lesson on that one. At least I think we did. So I think we can probably keep it the same way, you know, put as follows, but we do need to have a time sitting on it because we can't put 6:30
Right.
and we're done earlier. And public is gonna show up at 6:30, but they miss part of our regular meetings, so I think if we leave it at 6.
We can eat in that extra 30 minutes.
That's right.
So I just wanted to have that quick
Yeah,
discussion
that's
because
what-
that's the one meeting that I don't want that rushed, but at the same time, if we do have public show up that wants to, I also don't want them to show up at 5:30 when we know we're not gonna be done till
Right.
6.
That's why the 6
Okay.
I think is probably adequate, because we could finish by then, and that's without even rushing the principals, you know, because we're gonna have questions, you know, so.
No.
So I guess, what are you saying then? Should we just leave it, say regular meeting to follow, or actually say 6 o'clock?
No, well,
Okay.
for the purpose of posting, we have to put a time.
Yeah.
Put
Right.
to
The time is
follow.
5:30 then?
No, because it
No.
says
Put a
regular
time,
board meeting to follow, and
Okay.
then we can post the time
At 6
um,
o'clock.
at 6 o'clock.
Because we've had other meetings like that.
Okay.
There's
as
two
well.
agendas.
Okay,
Yeah, and it
I
says,
appreciate that discussion. I just wanted to be clear on that one.
You're more clear now?
I am more clear now. Thank you very much.
Sure. Bet. So now you can move your item to
We already approved consent agenda, so now it moves
minus
to.
that one, just M.
So it moves to action.
Now you need to move, make a
I'm-
motion to
I make a
approve.
motion then that what was consent agenda item M move to an action item, which
No.
appears.
No,
just read the motion.
Just read the motion as it was before, except put M in there.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the governing meeting schedule for the 2025-26 school year as submitted.
Including
Item M.
item M.
Well, I said it was the governing board meeting schedule.
No, but we already took M off. That's
Oh.
how you put it back.
I'm sorry. I just read the motion. Am I right or wrong?
You can just read the motion
you
because
were
it's
right.
already
It is-
pulled.
Yeah,
You can just
Pulled
read
it.
the
So
motion.
the motion is to
Yeah, I
approve the
couldn't see it
revised
at first.
Wickenburg
It was weird.
Unified School District Governing Board meeting schedule for the 25-26 school year as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Sorry about that confusion, Karen.
That's what
All right, so we move into our action items, and our very first action item has to deal with our Executive Director of Business Services, Mr. James Scott.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members. You have in your board report the November 25 Business Office Report. It was kind of a boring month in the business office, which is not a bad thing. That means everything else is going well. Our fiscal year expense, our monthly expenses for November was $882,627 M&O, which brings us to year-to-date of a little over $4.1 million. Our capital expenses were $3,474 with a year-to-date of $493,240. Our only unique over $10,000 expenditure was to AdviseNet, $11,400. That's the remainder balance of our audit for the fiscal year. And just a side note, AdviseNet is still CDWL, our prior auditors. They just merged with a different company. Compliance matters was we did complete our annual auditor general review and verification, so they'll be putting together that little report card we get usually around late December, early January. We did do our Medicaid annual certification and billing, and Ms. Clank initiated our tax credit funding campaign. So our budgets are in balance, we had no surprises, and we are in compliance. And if you have any questions, I'd be glad to take those.
Questions for James? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to approve the financial reports as submitted.
Oh, did that include the voucher things? Because I do have a question.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Back
I
up.
just, and you may have told me this before, and
Sure.
I may have forgotten. What is state safe schools?
Can you tell me where you see that?
I saw it on here a couple of times.
What was it?
It's, you can go to number 20.
Oh, okay, 480, state safe. 480, that is the state grant that pays for our school resource officers.
Oh, okay. Okay, because when you were talking about the $10,000, you said unique, and I knew that I had seen quite a few
Yeah.
items in here that were over the 10,000. So that was the important word.
Yeah, that's a monthly expense, and that would actually be the total that we probably, I mean, without looking at the deal, probably what we sent to the town of Wickenburg and the city of Buckeye.
Okay, and what is ESEN fund? Oh, that's on number 2637, number 487. What is that?
Essen?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, that was a grant that had been on the books for a while, and we were given permission from the state to spend for it on the original intent, and that is what Mr. Zuccato bought the white bus for.
About the what?
White bus, I think that was on
Oh,
last
white
month's.
bus.
So that would have been on last month's report, but the voucher is dated. Or no, actually, let me see where the voucher date is. That'll be on December's report. It's a December voucher.
Okay, I didn't know what that was. Okay,
We didn't either when we found it.
Yeah.
okay, then I don't feel too badly. I wasn't the only one who didn't know what it was. Okay, those are my questions.
all right, you good?
Mhm.
So we got the, did we get the second already?
No.
I made the motion.
Yeah.
I'll repeat the motion.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the financial reports as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right, next item is item B, request for approval of the termination of the lease agreement between WUSD and Hacienda Health Services. Dr. Remendini.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Malio, governing board members. I put this item on action just in case there were questions. I did provide some information to you in my update maybe last week. This was a unique request with this tenant who is requesting a termination from a lease for a couple of reasons, mainly loss of revenue when the building was down and then some other personal reasons. I did meet with our legal counsel who did agree with this recommendation that we let this tenant out of their lease. They had just signed it. The lease doesn't end until 2027, but we feel it's in the best interest of both parties to go ahead and move forward. The building is repaired and ready to be rented again, so Mr. Zuccato is working with the current tenant to get their things out so that we can kind of go back in and put it up for lease or rent again soon.
Did I read that you, without giving any names, it looks like we're going to be able to?
I have
You
gotten
have an idea?
got a couple of people interested. Haven't really followed up with anybody because making sure that we have a building for lease, but did have a couple of people that are interested in the possibility. So we'll do what we normally do and post it for rent and try to find somebody who can come in. It's a beautiful building. The work that this particular tenant did, you might recall when they signed the lease, they agreed to do some upgrades. It has a ADA accessible bathroom in it. It's got it's a very nice
Where's the
space. Right?
location? Just.
It's
me?
on Yavapai Street. If you were standing at the
before
chamber,
Frontier.
right there looking at the train,
mhm.
just look right across
Right
and you'll
across.
see it
Okay.
there. It's got 10 or 12 parking spaces, and
Great.
it's a nice space. It really is. It would make a nice and it's a good location, walkable. So hopefully.
Thank you.
I don't have a problem with letting them out.
Anybody else have any?
I'm just sad. They're my chiropractor.
That was her chiropractor.
Mhm.
Okay, well, if we can get a motion on that then?
I'll make a motion to terminate the lease agreement between WUSD and the Hacienda Health Services for the property located at 40 West Yavapai Street effective October 31st, 2025, with the agreement that neither party has reason for claim against the other as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right. Action item C is a first reading of a couple policy advisories.
God.
Couple.
My goodness, couple hundred.
Mhm.
Anybody have any discussion on any of those?
Just kudos to Casey for keeping up with it, doing it, all of you here in the district office. And she couldn't even get them all on letter C. She had to go to letter D.
I saw that.
So,
The good news is after this bulk, we have about, I would say 15 more is all from the ASBA update.
How many?
So, 15,
Wow.
roughly.
1-5, not 50.
No, not 50. No, the stack is down to about this tall.
Okay,
not this
okay.
tall.
Yeah. But I'm glad to see they're deleting a lot of this
Mhm.
stuff. Some of it was so redundant. It's like the same thing written 5 different ways.
On different, on different ones,
Just-
yeah.
Just in time for the new legislative session to change everything again.
yeah.
So any other discussion before we roll away from that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So the next item of business is way down here. Items for future agendas. Okay, next item after that is announcements and calendars. Casey supplied us with a lot of information,
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah,
including schedules for the wrestling
Kwanzaa,
and everything.
yeah, everything.
Yeah, and basketball. So all of that information. So anybody have anything they want to bring up? Okay.
And the district spelling bee, that's coming up in
When
January
is
too.
that? Yeah.
January 26th
Oh, yay.
at Vulture Peak.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to excuse all of our audience folks, and we're going to move into executive session after I get a motion to do that.
I will make a motion to approve the governing board to convene into executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We will